And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fleming Film Talk with me, Robbie Fleming, and joining me as always is the lovely Justin Doyle from LA. Hello, Justin.
How do? How do? What's up, Rob?
Not much, not much. We got the Golden Mushrooms coming up next weekend. Comes out Sunday, 27th, 12 p.m. my time, so make sure you check it out. So it'll be around lunchtime in my area, so it might be before morning for you.
Yeah, that is because it's 8 hours, so four a.m. for us.
Oh yeah, so you'll have to watch it the second you get up then.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll already be in my feed.
Definitely, definitely. But what's also amazing about next weekend is that I'm best man at a wedding. So I wanted to delay all the Marvel stuff
Whoa!
we got planned and do our top five favourite wedding movies today.
Wow. Congratulations. That's a lot of fun. Did you guys do a bachelor party?
Yeah, we did.
Cool. Yeah, and congrats. That's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have to talk about it, next time that we
Thank you.
chat and see how it goes. Uh, Also, for movie fans, because that's what we're here to talk about, there's a movie that came out on Amazon Prime called The People We Hate at the Wedding that has Allison Janney in it and Kristen Bell and the guy from Dear Evan Hansen, the singer, the lead guy, which I can't think of his name right now. Let me see.
The one from Pitch Perfect.
Yes.
Ben Platt, isn't it?
Yes, that's the one, Ben Platt.
I heard that Dear Evan Hansen wasn't that good.
I guess it's hard to think that a 30-year-old can be an 18-year-old, you know?
Yeah, it worked in Back to the Future, but it's not going to work in other films.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I think I'd probably enjoy it more on Broadway, maybe. But I love the songs. Like I listen to the songs. I don't know. It was fine. It just wasn't really for me. I like the story of it. It was good. No weddings in it though. So yeah, today we are talking our top five favorite wedding movies
Yes,
because you are the best man.
yes. Can I kick things off with my number five?
You want to start it up? Let's hear it.
Yes. My number five is a little movie from 1998. It was one of two comedies to star one of my all time favourites, the goat of comedy, as I like to call him, Mr. Adam Sandler. And this one's The Wedding Singer, his first movie with the lovely Drew Barrymore.
Yes, the first of many.
Yes, and I want them to do a serious film together. So they've done three comedies together, so they should do a serious film together now.
Yeah, good idea. So tell us about the wedding singer.
So, funny enough, Adam Sandler is called Robbie in this film.
Hey, I know that
And
name.
yes, and he goes around singing at weddings with his band, who is the Boy George parody.
Yes.
Yes, and
So I,
obviously,
that was the one that I was thinking. This was the one that I was thinking
yes,
when you
had a
said that
feeling.
earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, yes. So he sings at different weddings with his band. He's meant to get married, but she betrays him, and he falls in love with this girl who's planning to marry this brute. But he knows he's no good for her, and he tries to charm her with his delight. This also has Christine Taylor in, who I also love.
Yes.
Adam Sandler's buddies are in this: Alan Covert, John Lovett, Steve Buscemi. Yeah,
Yes.
and Billy Idol pops up in a really fun cameo.
Kevin Nealon.
Kevin Nealon,
Um,
another great buddy of Adam Sandler's.
yeah, and then Ellen Albertini Dow as the grandmother. The foul
Yeah,
mouth grandmother is really funny.
Alexis
Um,
Arquette is the one that plays the Boy George parody.
oh right. Um, yeah, this movie's a lot of fun. It's great music. Adam Sandler. This is like him coming off the heels of Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore. And Drew Barrymore, this was a big time for her too. I think late '90s, early 2000s, these two were really, really popular. So this is a perfect pairing. And yeah, they're both. Adam Sandler's hilarious, and
Well, this was kind of the period ahead where Drew Barrymore kind of calmed down a bit to focus on her acting.
mhm, yeah. But yeah, this was a lot of fun and great pick. I think this would be in a lot of people's um, on the list. It's not
Would
one of
this
my
be an
favorites.
honourable mention?
Yeah, I guess so. I think I do have it written down, but it's just never. It's not one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies,
No,
and I
no, no,
definitely,
no. It's not. It's probably not even in my top 10 of his. It's probably more top 15.
yeah. Julia Gulia is always a
Funny name. Oh
funny
yeah.
name. Yeah.
I don't know what. Every time one of my girlmates introduces me to a new boyfriend, and they tell me what his last name's gonna be, I say, so when you get married, your name is gonna be so and so, so and so, because of that line.
Yeah. Yeah, hilarious. Yeah, so that's what. See, people love this movie. They quote it all the time. It's very, very enjoyable, and yeah, Christine Taylor is fantastic as well. But yeah, 51st Dates, I would say, is my favorite Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore pairing.
No, that was the first time I saw them together. I saw this one more later on.
Yeah, yeah, that's also one of my favorite like rom coms. It's really good.
Oh, we'll have to do top 10 rom coms one day.
6.9 on IMDb,
That's a
and
really good score for an Adam Sandler film because normally it's around six and fives.
did really well. $18 million budget with a worldwide gross of 123.3. Rotten Tomatoes
Well,
gives it 69%, and the audience score 80.
like you said about you when you like these two are two of my favorite people around this time, and I'm pretty sure there's everybody else's favorites around this time.
Yeah, definitely. All right. My number five is a very, very charming movie and one that really just came out of nowhere, came out of left field and really had a big impact not only at the box office, but it gave us a different, fun way of viewing rom-coms and also wedding movies. And it is a great sort of black swan becoming the beautiful swan when she finds out that she can fall in love and be with a nice man, written by the star of this movie, Nia Vardalos. This is My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
I've only seen half of it, or I've seen all of it, but don't remember. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
a solid premise to yet see part of Greek culture. But go ahead, why do you love this movie?
It's just got a lot of it's funny and it's got a lot of heart, and this is just about she's a Greek woman and she falls in love with a non-Greek, and her family struggles to accept that when they have so much heritage and cultural awareness all the time. It's tough for them to have her be in this relationship. But yeah, John Corbett is the man, and the gentleman in this, the other male lead, and they had such good chemistry
He's
together.
in a film that I really know and really is famous, John Corbett. I can't
Yeah,
remember which film he's in.
um, we'll have
Film
to
I
take a
really-
look. But
Street Kings,
yeah,
that's it, with Keanu Reeves.
Three Kings is George Clooney and Mark Wahlberg.
Not Three Kings, Street Kings.
Oh, Street Kings, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. But yeah, Nia Vardalos is just so lovable in this movie. This is the first time that any of us saw her on screen. And she just really lit it up and was really fun and funny. And just lovable, and her family is, just crazy nutcases, but aren't all of our families that way? And then also a great little sort
Ah,
of
she's an
cameo.
episode of your favourite show, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, she plays his lawyer.
Nice.
Um, Joey Fatone is in this movie from NSYNC as well. Nominated for one Oscar for Best Writing, and I think that's a great way to kick off your career. Also, this was the big talk of the town, is that this movie was made for $5 million, but its worldwide gross was
Yes, I
$368.7 million
remember
dollars.
2002. This was around the same time Die Another Day and Harry Potter 2 came out. This was really advertised because Tom Hanks' name was slapped on it.
Well, it just did so well in theaters. I worked at the movie theater when this movie came out, and it was crazy how long we had the print for, because people just kept coming and coming, and it would sell out, and so would Harry Potter at the
It's
time.
it's weird how I'm doing your job now.
Well, it's a great job. I mean, I would, if I didn't want to be in the entertainment industry, I that's a good job to have. I loved it all. I loved being, a projectionist and a manager eventually. So, it was a great job.
Nice.
But yeah, number five for me is My Big Fat Greek Wedding, 6.6 on IMDb, and we have a 76 on Rotten Tomatoes with 73% audience score. But it's a great movie. It also
Good choice.
spawned a TV show, and also My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2. And yeah, it's a franchise now, and one of the most successful movies out there.
Nice. Good choice.
Thank you. What is your number four?
My number 4 is the only one that isn't a comedy on this list. It's actually a film about the apocalypse. It was made in 2011, written and directed by Lars von Trier, starring Kristen Dunst, Charlotte Gainsborough, and Kiefer Sutherland. It's Melancholia.
Wow. Never seen this one. Tell me about it.
So it's about these two sisters, and I think it's Kristen Dunst who's getting married, and it's on the same day the world's meant to collide with a rogue planet and destroy everything. So kind of a bit like Don't Look Up at a wedding, and more serious and more weirder.
Okay. And what do you like about it? Alexander
Like,
Skarsgård's in this movie
yeah, great performances.
from The Northman this year.
Yep, yeah, Charlotte Rambling, she was in Dune. John Hurt, legend. Galen Skarsgård, legend, and Udo Kier, legend. So yeah, the performances are make this movie as well as Lars von Trier's directing. I've heard he's a bit of a controversial director because of his really aggressive form of directing, and I don't really accept it. But at the same time, I try and separate art from artist, and obviously the art from what he gave us, it's not a bad movie. I'll have to rewatch it again to get my head round it, but from what I saw, it was a very nice visual spectacle and really deep, meaningful film. And I will check out his other film too, as I've heard really good things about Dancer in the Dark, the one with Bjork, who's also in The Northman.
Yes, I've seen Dogville and really enjoyed it with
I really
Nicole
want to
Kidman.
watch that one because the premise
Hmm.
looks interesting. That just looks like a massive play.
Yes, it is very much. And then yeah, is this the controversial? He did Nymphomaniac Volume 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right. Yeah, I haven't seen this one, nor have I seen much of his filmography, but Kirsten Dunst is good.
I'll definitely give Dogville a go. Because I've been meaning to for ages.
It's really good.
Oh, Chloe
Oh,
Sevigny is in it. She's really good too.
yes. Kiefer Sutherland is in this. That's nice. Cool. Yeah, that's a good pick. And so she gets married,
Yeah, she gets
and that's
married.
what
Yeah,
two sisters find their already strained
yeah,
relationship
they're
challenged as a
Claire and
mysterious
Justine.
new planet threatens to collide with the Earth.
Dunster's
Whoa.
Justine, Charlotte's Claire.
Got it. Yeah, Charlotte
Oh,
Gainsborough.
yeah, she's marrying Alexander. Kirsten is. Keith is married to Charlotte,
Okay. Ooh, I haven't
and
seen some
Charlotte
of the
and
trailer. I
Charlotte
need to check.
Rambling and John Hurt are mum and dad. So
Okay, nice.
yeah,
7.1 on IMDb. Budget of 7.4 million. Worldwide gross 17 million. 79% on Rotten Tomatoes and 67 audience score.
yes.
Nice. Okay. On my number 4, we literally just talked about it, so I won't say much because we again just talked about it. But it's Bridesmaids. It's just a fantastic wedding movie from top to bottom. The
Yes, that
comedy
would have
is
been an honourable
so
mention. I just didn't really think about it, so I couldn't put it in the list. But I
sure.
do think
Yeah,
it's a bit lot too long for a comedy. That's my only complaint about it.
yeah. 2 hours and 5 minutes is always long for comedies.
I
Yeah,
think
Paul.
Devil of Cup's the longest comedy film I've seen, and even though I love the whole movie to pieces, it's only certain bits are funny. You could have trimmed the film down a little bit.
Yeah, well, I think it's more than just a comedy there. Where this one's really looking in at that comedy.
Yeah,
Um, just watched Disenchanted today that has Maya Rudolph in it, who also stars in this
ooh.
movie with Kristen Wiig and Rose Byrne, Terry
I love her
Crews.
husband's films as well. Her husband's Paul Thomas Anderson.
Oh yeah, Melissa McCarthy, of course, getting nominated for Best Supporting Actress. Written and by Kristen Wiig and Annie Momolo, who also did Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar.
I was going to get
Yeah,
that on DVD, but I didn't bother in the end. I
I
got
enjoy it.
Possessor instead.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, Rebel Wilson and Ellie Kemper's also in this movie. Uh, and yeah,
Chris
Finn.
O'Dowd,
Yeah,
John
Chris
Hamm,
O'Dowd, who also is in
Matt Lucas,
Slumberland.
Rebel Wilson.
hmm Chris O'Dowd's in Slumberland, which I was watching today as well.
Oh, I need that Jason Momoa one.
Jason Momoa, yeah.
Yeah, I want to check that one out.
$32.5 million budget, 288.3 worldwide gross, 6.8 on IMDb, 89% on Rotten Tomatoes, and 76% audience score. But yes, we all love Bridesmaids, right?
Yes, we do. We do. One of the funniest films of the 2010s.
Absolutely. All right, what is your number 3?
Right, let me just finish pouring my drink.
All right,
Good old lemon water.
lemon water.
Yeah, the sparkling one.
Got it. Nice.
It's better than lemonade, in my opinion.
Ooh.
Right.
I
So my
love
number
lemonade.
3 is actually one of your favourite animated movies. It's Shrek.
Oh,
And I
tell
put
me about
this
it.
film in the list because I looked at the film from this angle. The whole point is him trying to rescue a princess so she can marry this lord so he can become king.
Yes.
Yeah, so I thought it qualified for this list. So yeah,
Yeah.
we all know the story of Shrek. I just think this film is really funny. Although I do prefer the sequel, I do think this is a funny film. It's well written, got some really good jokes for kids and adults, got some really good animation and an epic soundtrack. This film is just this film is kind of not even a franchise, it's more of a cult thing. Everybody loves Shrek.
Yes. Shrek really turned the animation around because it was DreamWorks became more of a player in the game now.
And
Because of
won the
Shrek.
first animated feature Oscar.
Yes. Also nominated for best writing. Lord
Yeah.
Farquaad is one of my favorite villains ever. I think he's so great, John Lithgow.
He's
Also,
awesome.
Cameron Diaz voices Fiona, and Eddie Murphy is Donkey. It is beyond just a franchise. This thing is huge. It's
Kind of become its own
everyone
culture.
everyone knows Shrek, yeah. And then of course you have the great song at the end with Smash Mouth. Hey
Yeah,
now. But yeah, fantastic film. Everyone knows Shrek. This is a great pick. And yeah, this is all for love and for marriage. So um, I guess it's a spoiler by saying
kind of. I
that.
kind of wish they made the fourth film like Shrek.
Shrek Forever After.
No, not Shrek Forever After. I wouldn't make a film. I wouldn't copy Shrek Forever. Yeah, about for the Marvel character.
Oh, Thor.
Yeah, I don't know why. I do just feel like he could like save a princess.
Yeah, it is. You're right. He's Thor.
Yeah,
$60 million budget, $488.3 million gross, 7.9 on IMDb, 88% on Rotten Tomatoes, 90% for the audience.
nice.
Love me some Shrek. Good pick.
Isn't that one of your favorite animated movies ever?
Yeah, I mean it's like I said, it just changed the whole game of animation. And yeah, DreamWorks is, because of that spawned, yeah, Panda, Kung Fu Panda, How to Train Your Dragon, all these other great franchises came after it.
Yeah, but I still prefer Disney and Pixar and Studio Ghibli compared to DreamWorks.
I think they're giving them a run for their money.
Oh, I think
Uh,
Sony and Netflix are winning the animation race for me.
what? Yeah, Sony and Netflix.
Yeah, because I really enjoyed Wendell and Wild, as you know, and I can't wait for Pinocchio.
Yes, yeah, Pinocchio is definitely going to be nominated, and then also that studio who did Wolfwalkers and The Secret Isle of Kells did
Oh,
My Father's Dragon, which I
oh,
really enjoyed.
I'll have to check that one out too. I'm going to be bummed with loads of movies. I don't want to miss a thing.
Yes, exactly. I know it's hard to keep up. All right,
Yeah.
my number three is a fantastic film. Just watched it so many times when I was a kid, um, mainly because of the lead actor. I'm a huge fan, but the rest of the cast is just so damn charming, and this is a lot of fun. This movie is, perfect for families and even father-daughter relationships, because my number three is 1991's Father of the Bride, starring Steve Martin, Diane Keaton, Martin Short. Also, Kieran Culkin's in this movie. Kimberly Williams Paisley, who's Brad Paisley's wife. Well, she had her own career, too. But she's the daughter. She's getting married, and he's having a hard time dealing with it. He's reluctant to let go. Is Steve Martin, and with all the wedding plans and shopping and stuff, he doesn't want to let his baby girl go. But it's a ton of fun. It has a lot of heart. Steve Martin's great as always. But yeah, this was just something that me and my brother and my sister would sit down and watch, and yeah, it really tugs at the heartstrings for my sister. For her father-daughter relationship that they have, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun, a lot of family fun, and Steve Martin's great at his jokes and pratfalls, and of course Martin Short comes in and hams it all up. Have you seen this movie, Rob?
No, but I've been recommended it.
Yeah, Father of the Bride's fantastic. Do you like Steve Martin?
Yeah, I do. I do actually. Steve Martin's good. I've been meaning to watch their show together with Selena Gomez.
Oh, yes, The Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah, I heard it's really good.
Yeah, somebody just joined the cast.
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd, yes. Yeah. Martin Short and Steve Martin are great pairing duos.
Yeah.
This is not the only
I've
movie that
seen
they
the
were in
Three
together.
Amigos.
Yes. Do you know who the third amigo was?
Chevy Chase.
Yeah. But this movie spawned it has its own sort of franchise. Father of the Bride, Father of the Bride Part 2. Also one that came out this year called Father of the Bride that has Andy Garcia as the
I
main role.
can't
And
see him doing a Steve Martin role.
no, he's very much more stern than Steve
Yeah,
Martin is. All the other characters are the kind of goofy ones.
yeah.
But yeah, that one's based on Spanish sort of wedding, and that is what made it interesting and fun. I enjoyed it, but nothing is better than Father of the Bride. Great, great movie. 6.5 on IMDb. Movie came out in 1991. Budget of $20 million. Worldwide gross is 89.3, and 70% on Rotten Tomatoes with a 70% audience score.
Good pick.
Yes. All right. Hit me with your number 2.
It's a tie.
Uh-oh. What do we got?
We have the 1994 British film For Weddings and a Funeral. But also, another movie I had to add to the last minute is one of my favourite films of the 2020s. A brilliant film that crosses Groundhog Day with Four Weddings and a Funeral. It's Palm Springs.
Oh, yeah.
Could not leave Palm Springs off this list.
Yeah, it's on my also rants for sure.
So which
So
one do you
tell
want me
me
to talk
about
about first? Four Weddings or Palms?
Four Weddings.
Four Weddings is Richard Curtis and Mike Newell and Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant plays Charles. Every wedding he falls in love with Andy McDowell, and each wedding is kind of different. I'm going to plan to rewatch it for review at some point. But yeah, I think this film is really, really funny, really charming, and just a really just nice, great comedy to put on, just have a laugh too. You'd like Rowan Atkinson's bit.
I love Rowan. Yeah, Hugh Grant, Andy McDowell, Kristen Scott Thomas, John
Simon Callow.
Hanna, Simon Callow.
Yeah, Simon Callow's brilliant in it.
Directed by Mike Newell. What else did he do?
Harry Potter 4.
Ooh.
And Donnie Brasco, I believe, which I still need to watch.
Oh, Pushing Tin. Donnie Brasco, yes. Mona Lisa Smile.
He
Prince
has
of
a
Persia,
very
The Sands of Time.
diverse filmography.
Oh my gosh, listen to this one. The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. Have you heard of this movie?
I think it's got Lily James in.
Yes, yeah. Tom Courtenay. Wow. What a name, though. The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society.
I think it's
did
based
great
on a true story, I think.
Yeah, okay. Awesome. And I have not seen this movie. I did not know the premise like that, and I feel like I've just been spoiled. Not your fault, not your fault. Came out in 1994.
Are you going to avoid this one as well?
What's that?
Are you going to avoid this film as well?
No, this one actually I might see. I mean, this was at the top of a lot of lists when I was doing my research for this topic.
Because it is one of my favorite British comedy films of all time.
I just love Annie McDowell. She's so
great. She's great. Always been curious about Green Card with her in.
Oh, I don't know. I like her in Multiplicity.
Multiplicity.
1994. This movie came out 7.1 on IMDb.
Oh, and it won the BAFTA, and it won a few BAFTAs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's
nominated for 2 Oscars.
Is that Best Picture and Best Script?
Yes, that's correct. And great box office, $4.4 million budget with a $245 million worldwide gross.
Yeah.
And Rotten Tomatoes gives it 96% with an audience score of 74.
Nice.
Well, now tell me about Palm Springs.
So Palm Springs is Andy Samberg and Kristen Milito, these two sitcom stars, finally get their own great movie. This one, obviously, This is the first time I met Camilla Mendez, who was in The Revenge, one of my favorite films of the year so far. This also
What's
has
that movie?
I've been telling you to watch it all bloody week. Don't wind me up.
All right, so Palm Springs.
Yes, Palm Springs. Yeah, so this is where I first saw the girl from The Revenge, basically, and I was also in this first film I saw Tyler Hooch still in, and then I realised he's the boy from Road to Perdition. He
Ooh.
was I know him because he was announced as Superman for the TV universe.
Hmm.
And
Um,
Peter Gallagher and J.K. Simmons, two heavy hitters, are in this, and they're both brilliant. But let's get to the plot of the movie. So Andy and Kristen meet at the wedding of Camilla and Tyler. Camilla and Kristen are sisters, and Kristen did something very, very naughty that night. But anyway,
what
they're
you
just
do?
stuck in this time loop by going through a cave, and they relive this wedding it's Groundhog Day mixed with four weddings and a funeral, but without the funeral. Times
Yeah,
100 weddings.
this is a fantastic film. Came out during pandemic, out on Hulu.
It's out on
Everyone
Prime in the UK. I
everyone
managed
had
to
a
see it
great
early.
time
Managed to
with
see it
this.
early, so I can call that one a 2020 movie, just not a 2021 movie.
I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, really, really fun. Andy Samberg's great. Kristen Milioti's great, and of course J.K. Simmons always kills it. But yeah, Groundhog Day with I guess four weddings and a funeral. But I really enjoyed the
And if
premise.
you remember, Justin, I did nominate this for a few Fleming Awards.
Yeah,
Do you
Andy
want me?
Samberg, right?
Yes, I'll read them all out for old time's sake, because I have them all saved, the original ones.
All right, let's hear it.
Right, so Palm Springs was nominated for Best Actor for Andy Samberg, Best Actress for Kristen Militi, Best Supporting Actor for J.K. Simmons, Best Screenplay to obviously had Best Original and Adapted later on for Andy Ciara, and Best Cinematography. Gwen Tran,
Nice.
one
Yeah,
of my
this
favourite
director
films shot
actually.
by a lady.
Oh, nice. This director is in pre-production on a movie called Disaster Wedding, so he likes doing wedding movies.
Yes, and is he the one doing the one with Josh Brolin and Peter Dinklage? I think it's called Bros or Brothers.
Let's see. Yes, Brothers.
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser, Josh Brolin, and Peter Dinklage. Glenn Close, boy. Taylor Page. I like ye. Um, yeah, Disaster Wedding is under wraps. Doesn't have anything about it. This is a great film. Oh, yeah. Oh, also June Squibb is in Palm
That's the
Springs.
one. And Dale Dickey, he was in Iron Man.
Right. There is no box office, unfortunately. Oh, let's see. 164 gross worldwide, 1,000 because it was a pandemic movie. Only was seen in, I believe, drive-ins.
My friend, he's getting married, Chris, he's just commented. I understand his point. He said that it has an interesting premise, but he finds the time explanation loop to be a little less mysterious.
Huh. I enjoyed that part of it. It was interesting to me. 7.4 on IMDb, however, and Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 94%, 88% for the audience score.
Yeah, but I'm the opposite of Chris. I prefer Palm Springs because the logic's not explained in Groundhog Day.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, it's just would never happen, so they're all just fun movies.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right. My number two is one of my all-time favorite comedies, just period. I think this movie is just a ton of fun. Nobody was at the top of their game more than Vince Vaughn in this movie as he teams up with Owen Wilson in Wedding Crashers.
I knew this was going to be on your list.
It had to be. I mean, this movie is just freaking hilarious. All-star cast with Rachel McAdams, Christopher Walken, Jane Seymour, Isla Fisher, Bradley Cooper, of course. This movie is just hilarious, and it's about two guys who are pretty much womanizers and go to weddings and take advantage of the love in the air, and then Owen Wilson ends up falling for somebody that he shouldn't, and it turns out that they have a lot of money, and so they go away on this sort of weekend getaway after a wedding, and it just craziness ensues. This movie is hilarious from top to bottom. Also has great cameo by Will Ferrell in this.
Yeah,
and I mean, this movie is very, very quotable. Great. Also great acting by Keira O'Donnell, who was Todd. He was just a fun, weird character.
you forgot Bradley Cooper.
I said him earlier, yeah.
Oh, did you? Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's cool. But yeah, just a lot of fun. I guess there is a Wedding Crashers 2 in the works. But yeah, we'll see what happens. This director also did The Judge, Fred Claus, Shanghai Nights, which I love. Also with Owen Wilson. Yeah. Do you like this movie?
Yes, I've only seen it once, and obviously, a lot of my favorite people are in this film, so I couldn't miss this one.
Yeah, I saw it just earlier this year. It is one that I keep in rotation heavily because of how funny it is, and yeah, it's just a great comedy, period, but also a great wedding movie as well.
Definitely.
7.0 on IMDb.
Ooh.
$40 million budget with a worldwide gross of 288.4, 75% on Rotten Tomatoes, and 70% audience. Sounds like 70, 75 or across the board.
Go and watch Wedding Crashers if you haven't.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you love Rachel and Bradley and Owen, just like I do.
Yeah, and Vince is great too in this movie. He's
freaking
hilarious.
Great. In comedy, he's not good and serious apart from Hacksaw Ridge.
I like him in. We talked about this. Cell Block 99 and the Dragon to Cross Country.
Thank you for not saying the Psycho remake.
Yes. All right. What is your number one?
My number one is a movie that I left out when we did the top 10 American comedies, and I feel really bad about it. I think it's one of the best comedy films made by Mr. Todd Phillips. It's also got Bradley Cooper in, so I think Bradley Cooper is the main guy if you want to make a wedding movie. It's Hangover.
One of my also rans for sure. What happens?
So, Doug takes Phil, Stuart, and Alan for his bachelor party in Las Vegas. They all have a really fun night, although their drinks get drugged and they can't remember the whole night, and they wake up in Vegas and Doug's missing. So Alan, Stu, and Phil got to work out where they left him and try and find him. And Heather Graham is in this, and if you know me, you know I love Heather Graham. Ten Jong is in this. This is the first time I saw him, and he's one of my favourites as well. Jeffrey Tambor, who's a legendary actor, is in this. And I think Bradley Cooper, Ed Helms, and Galifianakis just take us through this journey of their drunken night through Vegas and just make this an entertaining film.
Yep. Justin Bartha is the guy that goes missing.
Heather Graham is my 2009 Fleming Award for Best Supporting Actress. I did not see many movies with good supporting actress roles in that year.
So you gave her this one for Hangover?
Yeah, because I thought she was really good. This is a good performance by Heather Graham, and she's a really good comedy actress.
Yeah,
I mean, I
great.
prefer in Boogie Nights, but The Hangover is a good performance by her.
Yeah. Mike Epps and Rob Riggle are also in this
Yes,
movie, who
they're
I
great. Love them.
love. This director has done what?
Uh, let me
Hangover Part 2, Hangover
Hangover
Part
Part
3.
3, Road Trip, Old School, War
Yeah,
Dogs, School for Scoundrels, and his masterpiece, Joker.
yeah.
And he's
Starsky and
making
Hutch,
Joker 2, the musical.
Folie à Deux.
Yeah, that's my nickname for it now, Joker 2, the musical.
um, yeah, I love all these movies. Old School is my favorite comedy, so.
You
Um,
prefer Old School to The Hangover?
oh yeah, very much so.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I need to show
Uh,
my buddy that one because he loves Road Trip, Joker, and The Hangover. So I need to show him Old School. He's not seen it before.
Road Trip was like my second DVD I ever bought. I love Road Trip.
My uncle gave me Road Trip.
I love this movie. The Hangover is a great comedy. I mean, obviously it spawned a sequel and made it a trilogy. It's really really funny. Zach Galifianakis is hilarious. Bradley Cooper is always great, and then Ed Helms just being from The Office and doing this is uh, means he's a great comedic actor as well. Uh, Very, very good pick. It's one of my also rans as well. And that
I don't
is,
know why, but I've predicted your number one.
oh, my number one. You might as well just say it.
Is it what I've been saying to you all about next Saturday? It's my best friend's wedding.
That is it. Why is it my favorite?
I'm guessing it's because, well, Cameron Diaz is my favourite, so I'm guessing your favourite is Julia Roberts. I've not seen this
Of
movie and I've
course.
always wanted to. Tell me about it.
Yeah, my best friend's wedding is
I've seen
just,
Runaway Bride with Julia Roberts, if that helps.
yeah. And Richard Gere, yeah, she's also got married in Steel Magnolias, which is also ran for mine. It's not an entire wedding movie, which is why I didn't put it on here. But my best friend's wedding is all about Julia Roberts' best friend, who's actually a guy, is getting married, and he's getting married to Cameron Diaz. It's Dermot Mulroney, or Dermot Mulroney. Yeah, I always get him confused. But yeah, it turns out she loves her best friend, so she doesn't want him to marry her. So she tries to do different things to make him see that he should fall in love with her and not Cameron Diaz. And she's just so
Yes,
damn
I know
charming, even
him.
though.
He is the guy from the fake film in Burn After Reading.
Oh, right. Oh,
Yes, me
yeah. I
and
mean,
Cody talked about that film earlier.
yes. Rupert Everett's also in this movie.
Love Rupert Everett.
Nominated for Best Music, James Newton Howard.
Oh,
But yeah, I mean, it's just so much fun. Cameron Diaz is great. There's a great dinner scene. There's
Emmett Walsh is in this too.
Christopher Masterson.
Yep. And Paul
Yeah,
Giamatti's in a cameo.
Emmett Walsh. Yeah, PJ Hogan is the director of this movie. He also has he did Peter Pan from
I love that. I love
2003.
that Peter Pan version. Oh, he did Muriel's Wedding, which would have been an honourable
Muriel's
mention for
Wedding.
me. Yes, which would have been one
Yeah,
of my honourable mentions.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, do you love Tony Collette?
Of course.
Yeah, there's your reason.
Rachel Griffiths is in that movie, Muriel's Wedding, and she's also in this movie, My Best Friend's Wedding. Yeah, I'm just a huge Julia Roberts fan. This movie is super charming. It's you sometimes you have that sort of relationship where you're kind of in love with your best friend, even though like you wouldn't work out as a couple necessarily. And yeah, Julia Roberts is just no one. There's no one like her, and she's great in this movie as she is in all of her movies. 1997's My Best Friend's Wedding. 6.3 on IMDb. $38 million budget with a $299.2 million worldwide gross. 73% on Rotten Tomatoes with a 73% audience score. IMDb gave it 6.3. Okay, cool. There we have it. Let's run them down. What was your number 5?
My number 5 was. Shoot, where's the list gone? Here it is. My number 5 was The Wedding Singer.
Yes. My number 5 was My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
My number 4 was Melancholia.
I had Bridesmaids in that slot.
My number 3 is Shrek.
Father of the Bride is my number 3, the Steve Martin.
Nice. My number 2 is a tie between Four Weddings and a Funeral in Palm Springs.
Girl, stop it. My number 2 is Wedding Crashers, the very, very funny comedy.
And my number 1 also stars Bradley Cooper. It's The Hangover.
And my number 1 stars the beautiful Julia Roberts, and it's My Best Friend's Wedding.
Good.
Yeah. What else did you have?
Muriel's Wedding would have been a good suggestion. Also, American Pie 3.
Oh yeah, American Wedding.
Right. Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers. Them 2 movies, definitely. I was looking at some on Google earlier.
Yeah, The Farewell is a really good movie recently from
Mike and Dave need wedding dates.
That's fun. Crazy Rich Asians has a great wedding.
Yes, that's a brilliant film. Bend It Like Beckham. Runaway Bride.
Ready or Not is a fun movie.
I need to see that one.
Palm Springs, The Hangover, I Love You, Man is great.
Yeah, I Love You, Man. That's a good one with Paul Rudd. Andy Samberg's also in that one.
Yeah. There you go.
Nutty Professor 2.
Oh yeah, The Clumps.
Yes, The Clumps.
Bride Wars I've never seen, but that was on
You're
a lot
not
of
missing
lists.
much of that one.
I've
always wanted to see Margot at the wedding.
Nicole Kidman?
Nicole Kidman, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and Jack Black.
Yeah, that's good. Rachel getting married. The Princess Diaries 2, Royal Engagement. Of course, The Princess Bride, right?
Yep, The Princess
Marriage
Bride.
is what brings us together today. Cool. I think we've done it.
Yes.
I think we've done it.
Yes.
Cool. Any recommendation this week for a movie?
Yes, one I watched recently, one of my favorite animated movies ever, Up.
Oh. Tell us about Up.
Up is a beautiful movie about a man who's gone through this whole life with his true love, and she dies, and the house is about to get bulldozed. And because he attacked one of the people that was trying to move his house, he gets put in a home. But then, because he used to work pumping the balloons up, he managed to make his whole house fly with balloons. And he flies them to South America and teams with a Boy Scout and goes on an epic adventure. And this is a movie where the message is never meet your heroes.
Yeah, but also follow your dreams, and don't worry about getting a little dirty if you want to go on an adventure.
Definitely.
I love Up. One of my favorite Disney Pixar movies, or Disney movies, just period.
Yes.
Really, really good. My recommendation is also in anime. By the way, 98% on Rotten Tomatoes for Up. That's great.
Nice.
And
my buddy Chris, who's talking to me by the live chat. He recommends All Quiet on the Western Front. Chris is the one getting married, so thank you, Chris, for
Yeah.
letting me be your best man so I can talk to Justin about wedding films.
Yeah, and All Quiet on the Western Front is a fantastic film. We have talked about it on the show recently as well. One of the best just movies of the year, but also international movies of the year.
Yeah.
And I highly recommend that one as well. So good pick. My recommendation of the week is out on Netflix, just as is All Quiet on the Western Front. My Father's Dragon. This is what I was saying earlier, from the same creators of Wolfwalkers and the Secret of Kells. This is just a sweet movie about a mother and son move to a different city, and he runs away to a place called Wild Island, where there's a young dragon who waits to be rescued, and a whole adventure ensues because of this. On the island is all wild animals, and they're kind of capturing and keeping the dragon there because he is keeping the island afloat. And then obviously, if he wasn't keeping it afloat, it would drown, and all the animals on it would die. So he also wants to become this like super dragon, and so they go on this adventure to make all of everyone's dreams come true. It's just a lot of fun. It's a sweet movie. I love the chemistry between the dragon and Elmer, the young boy, who's voiced by Jacob Tremblay,
Oh,
who I
from
love a
Room.
lot. Who's so good.
He's brilliant.
This movie should be up for best animated feature, I think. Also, being paired with Pinocchio and probably Turning Red, I think it's a great little movie. I don't know, I might have liked it more than Wolfwalkers, even though the story of Wolfwalkers was more interesting.
Chris O'Dowd.
Again, Chris O'Dowd.
Rita Marie. Whoopi
Re-
Goldberg, Ian Mitchell. I'm seeing stars here, Justin. Alan Sold.
Yeah,
I'm going to put
no,
on.
it's a
on over the weekend.
huge voice cast.
Yes.
Adam Brody, Ian McShane, Leighton Meester, Jackie Earle Haley, Judy Greer. Yeah, it's got a lot. And then
the same Adam Brody from Shazam and Promising Young Woman.
Correct. And Gaten Matarazzo is who's from Stranger Things, is the voice of the dragon. Yes, he's the voice of the dragon. So
Dustin's one of my favorites in Stranger Things.
Yeah, he's so fun. Yeah, him as the dragon really made me feel it felt like Olaf to me, like a great character who should be on every kid's shelf because he's so fun. And delusional. But it was just a lot of fun. It's on Netflix. It's probably going to have some awards coming its way. 86% on Rotten Tomatoes. Go check out My Father's Dragon. Yeah, it's the girl she tells the story of this, and it's her father, who's Elmer, who went on this trip. So that's why it's My Father's Dragon, is because she is saying it.
Nice.
She is narrating it.
Nice. Oh, Mary Kay Place.
Yes, Mary Kay Place is the narrator.
Oh, beautiful.
Sweet. All right. Well, congratulations to the groom and bride to be.
Yes, Chris and Ellie, thank you very much for your wedding next week, and obviously making me the best man and letting us talk these wedding films. And thank you for keeping in touch with us on the comments as well, Chris.
Yes, absolutely. And for your recommendation of the week, All Quiet on the Western Front. If you want to see a wedding movie right now, Amazon Prime has The People We Hate at the Wedding. Go check that out, as I mentioned earlier. And
every movie we've spoken about today as well.
Well, yes, absolutely.
Even the bad ones.
Yeah. And what are we going to do next time?
Next time, next time I'm seeing you will be the Golden Mushrooms. I know it's all pre-recorded, and we'll have to once Chris has gotten married, we'll have to invite him onto the show.
Yeah, absolutely. It is, Thanksgiving next week. So we have holidays going on, but we
Don't know
can
much about Thanksgiving because obviously our culture doesn't celebrate it.
yeah. So maybe we can just do like a holiday movie or something, like holiday movies.
Well, Christmas is obviously in December, so we'll do Christmas movies in December.
Well, right, but since Thanksgiving is also a holiday, it could just be like any holiday movie.
I've seen a couple of Thanksgiving movies.
But that's not the only holiday there is. There's Easter, there's, Veterans Day. There's lots of holidays.
Oh,
Halloween,
oh,
obviously.
but we've kind of already done spooky films.
Right. Okay, well, just an idea. And
Sure, sure.
Spirited is out right now, which is on Apple TV Plus. If you want to see a musical Christmas movie, I'm excited for it.
It's just a Christmas Carol, but modern day.
Was that right?
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah, Chris is right. We should do a holiday special, but with a mix of different genres. One genre per movie, one holiday per movie.
There you go. Sounds good.
Yes, excluding Christmas, we'll do Christmas in December, but any other holiday counts.
I love it.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll do that next week. And then until then, where can people
Yes.
find you?
You can find me at Robbie's Reviews, and you can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Letterbox.
Yes. And I am at Worth of View Movies on all the things. Go check it out. Today, we're talking about all the new releases for this week. And then tomorrow, I will be putting out my review of The Fablemans, one of my anticipated movies of the year.
And is it your favorite, along with Tickets to Paradise?
You're going to have to wait to find out. And I love Ticket to
You
Paradise.
already know my favorite film of the year.
No, I know, but I mean, I'm not going to spoil it for people. They have to wait till tomorrow to see the review.
Are you going to make the Doyle Awards this year?
No, definitely not.
Because
uh,
Josh Hickey's took my influence. He's making his awards now.
nice. I mean, I don't do awards, but I do, as I have always done, my top of the year. So I'll definitely talk about that.
Yes,
Um,
definitely. I'm interested to see who your top five leading actor and actresses.
I think it's stacked for actresses are stacked this year for sure. The actors, I'm having a little bit of a hard
As
time,
long
but
as Viola Davis and Michelle Yeoh uh, in up there, and Florence Pugh and Saoirse Rowan.
the first couple, yes, and then I would also put in
I need to see
Danielle.
Tar.
Yeah, Danielle Deadweiler for Till, and then yes, Kate Blanchett for Tar, both really good. And then we talked about this last week, I believe. Have we talked Wakanda yet?
No, you spoke about it for Tony, and yeah, I agree with Chris. Austin Butler's my second favorite performance of the year, lead actor wise.
Yeah, he's really good this year. Let me see who else I have for
My personal
actors.
favourite's been Colin Farrell for Banshees of Inisherin because he's had an
Hmm.
incredible year this year.
Yeah, yeah, Austin Butler, Sterling K. Brown was great in Honk for Jesus. I
Ooh.
thought Christian Bale did a great job in Amsterdam. Bill Nye was great
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Living,
that's one of my
and
favourites. Christian Bale for Amsterdam, Bill Nye for Living, and the lead detective in Decision to Leave. Honourable
then
mention Idris Elba for 3,000 Years of Longing as well.
3,000 Years of Longing.
Yeah, Idris
Yeah,
Elba. I thought he was great.
yeah. Um, I also loved the main guy in Bardo, who's
Need
pretty
to see
much
Bardo.
he's in every single frame of the movie, and he just does a really really great job. Daniel Jimenez Cacho, I'm really happy with his performance this year. So, all right, there it is. There you have it. That's the show. Let's wrap her up and call it a day, and we'll see you next week when we do this again.
Yes, let's do this again next week. And also, we got Sam Mendes films to rank because Empire of Light's coming out soon.
Oh yes, I'm
It
looking
comes out in
forward to that.
December for you and January for me.
Okay, great.
Awesome.
All right, well we'll do that, and then until then,
Until then, bye, Justin. Thank you, Chris.
all right, Rob.
And
Yeah,
let me know what you think
congratulations.
to the movie. No, let me know what you. Sorry, let me say it again. Comment down your favorite wedding films in the comments below.
Yes, absolutely.
Bye.
Bye, guys.